Hey there, family. Before you click away, this is not just another boring Social Security update. What I'm about to share with you is absolutely game-changing. We're talking about the biggest Social Security reform in decades. Plus there's a $800 payment that many of you might qualify for. I know times are tough right now, and that's exactly why I'm rushing to get this information to you. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let me break down what just happened in Washington that could put more money in your pocket. You know how we've all been worried about Social Security's future. Well, finally, and I mean finally, Congress has done something substantial about it. Just yesterday, after months of heated debates and back-and-forth negotiations, they passed what many are calling the Big Beautiful Bill. I've spent the entire night going through every single page of this legislation so I could bring you the most accurate information possible. And trust me, there's a lot to be excited about. Let me tell you something personal before we dive in. My own parents have been struggling with their Social Security benefits for years. My mom actually called me in tears last month because she couldn't afford both her medication and her utility bills. This is why this update means so much to me. It's not just about numbers and politics. It's about real people, our families, our neighbors, and our communities. Now, here's the juicy part. The bill includes an immediate increase in Social Security benefits, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The reform package is designed to ensure the program's sustainability for generations to come. And yes, I'm going to explain exactly how this affects you and what steps you need to take to make sure you don't miss out on any benefits you're entitled to. Let's talk about the $800 payment first, because I know that's what many of you are here for. This isn't just another rumor or clickbait, it's real, and it's part of a targeted assistance program included in the new legislation. But here's the thing, there are specific qualification requirements, and you'll need to act fast if you want to be among the first to receive this payment. The payment is specifically designed to help those who've been most impacted by recent economic challenges. If you're receiving Social Security benefits and your annual income falls below certain thresholds, you could be eligible for single individuals. The income threshold is set at $30,000, while married couples filing jointly can earn up to $40,000 and still qualify. But there's more to it than just income factors like your age, disability status, and whether you're caring for dependent children can also affect your eligibility. Now, let's dig into the broader Social Security reform package, because this is where things get really interesting. The changes they've implemented are going to affect everyone, whether you're already receiving benefits, about to retire, or still years away from retirement. The reform addresses three major areas: benefit calculations, cost of living adjustments law, and the program's long-term funding. First up, they've completely revamped how benefits are calculated. The new formula gives more weight to your highest earning years, which is a huge win for many workers. Previously, they used your highest 35 years of earnings, but now they're looking at your top 30 years instead. This change alone could mean hundreds of dollars more per month for many beneficiaries. Think about it, those early years, when you were just starting out and earning less, they'll have less impact on your benefit calculation now. The law changes are equally exciting. Instead of using the current Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers (CPIW), they're switching to a new index that better reflects the actual spending patterns of seniors. This new index gives more weight to healthcare costs and housing expenses, the things that actually eat up most of our monthly budgets. The result, more accurate and generally higher cost of living adjustments in the future. But here's where it gets really interesting. They finally addressed the long-term funding issue that's been hanging over Social Security like a dark cloud. Instead of just kicking the can down the road, they've implemented a combination of measures to ensure the program's sustainability. This includes gradually raising the cap on taxable earnings currently at $160 to $100 and introducing a small additional payroll tax on earnings over $400,000. Now, I know what some of you are thinking: is this going to affect my taxes? For the vast majority of Americans, the answer is no. These changes are specifically designed to impact only the highest earners while protecting middle and lower income workers. In fact, if you're earning less than $400,000 a year, you won't see any change in your Social Security taxes at all. Let me share another personal story that illustrates why these changes are so important. My neighbor Martha, who's 73, has been living on Social Security and a small pension for the past decade. Every year, she watches her cost of living adjustment fail to keep up with her actual expenses. Last winter, she had to choose between heating her home and buying her prescription medications. With these new changes, especially the revised COLA calculations, seniors like Martha won't have to make these impossible choices anymore. The reform also includes special provisions for vulnerable groups. If you're a widow or widower, there are new protections to ensure you don't face a dramatic drop in household income when your spouse passes away. For disabled workers, they've streamlined the application process and increased the resource limits for SSI recipients. And for the first time, they're providing credits for caregivers who had to leave the workforce to care for family members. But here's something crucial you need to know: some of these changes are being phased in gradually over the next few years, while others take effect immediately. That's why it's so important to stay informed and know exactly when you need to take action. Don't worry, though, I'm going to break down the timeline for you. The $2,800 payment we discussed earlier, that's part of the immediate relief measures. If you think you might qualify, you want to contact your local Social Security office or visit the official website as soon as possible. The application process opens next month, and while there's no strict deadline, the funding is limited, so earlier applications will have a better chance of approval. For the broader reforms, here's how the timeline looks. The new benefit calculation formula starts taking effect in January 2026, but it will be gradually phased in over 5 years to ensure a smooth transition. The law changes will begin with next year's adjustment, which means seniors could see larger increases as soon as January. The funding changes, including the new tax provisions for high earners, will start in 2027. Now, let's talk about something that's not getting enough attention: the new credits for caregivers. This is a game changer for many families, especially women who've had to sacrifice their careers to care for children or elderly parents. Under the new system, you can receive credits toward your Social Security earnings record for up to 5 years of caregiving. This means your future benefits won't be as severely impacted by these career gaps. The reform also includes a new minimum benefit provision that ensures no one who has worked for 30 years or more will receive benefits below the poverty line. This is huge for long-term, low-wage workers who've spent their lives contributing to the system but still struggle to make ends meet on their Social Security checks. Here's something else that might affect you or someone you know. They're changing how benefits are calculated for public sector workers. If you've worked in both the public and private sectors, the windfall elimination provision (WEP) and government pension offset (GPO) rules are being modified to be more fair and transparent. This could mean higher benefits for many teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other public servants. Let me take a moment to address some concerns I've been hearing. Some people are worried that these changes might somehow reduce their current benefits. Let me be absolutely clear: if you're already receiving Social Security benefits, your monthly payment will not go down. In fact, with the new law calculations, you're likely to see better increases in the future to keep up with rising costs. Others are concerned about whether these changes will really secure Social Security's future. The actuaries at the Social Security Administration have analyzed the reform package and concluded that it extends the program's full solvency beyond 2075. This means our children and grandchildren can count on Social Security being there for them, just as it's been there for us. Now, let's circle back to the $2,800 payment, because I want to make sure everyone who qualifies knows exactly what to do. First, gather your documentation. You'll need your Social Security number, proof of income, and any relevant medical or disability documentation. The application process has been streamlined, but you'll still want to have everything ready before you start. If you're not comfortable applying online, you can call the Social Security Administration directly or schedule an in-person appointment at your local office. Just remember that wait times might be longer than usual as people learn about these new benefits. My advice: apply online if you can. It's usually faster, and you can do it from the comfort of your home. Here's something important that many people miss: if you're married, both you and your spouse should check your eligibility separately. In some cases, both partners might qualify for the payment, which could mean $5,600 for your household. And if you have dependent children, there might be additional benefits available to you. The reform also includes new protections against fraud and abuse. They're implementing advanced technology to detect suspicious patterns and prevent identity theft. This means your benefits are more secure than ever, but it also means you need to be extra careful about verifying your identity when applying for benefits or making changes to your account. Let me share one more personal story that really drives home why these changes matter. My friend Tom, who's 68, had to go back to work part-time because his Social Security benefits weren't enough to live on. With these new changes, especially the improved law calculations and the minimum benefit provision, people like Tom won't have to choose between retirement and basic financial security. Now, here's something practical you can do right now. Go to the Social Security Administration's website and create an account if you haven't already. This will let you track your benefits, see how these changes affect you personally, and stay updated on any new developments. Plus, having an account already set up will make it easier to apply for the $800 payment if you qualify. I know we've covered a lot of information, and you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. That's completely normal. These changes are significant, and it's important to understand how they affect you personally. Remember, you don't have to figure everything out on your own. The Social Security Administration has resources available to help you understand your benefits, and there are qualified financial advisors who can help you make the most of these new provisions. Before we wrap up, I want to emphasize something important. While these changes are exciting, they're not a magic solution to all retirement challenges. It's still crucial to have other sources of retirement income, if possible. Think of Social Security as one leg of a three-legged stool, with personal savings and pension or retirement accounts being the other two legs. Looking ahead, these reforms position Social Security to better serve Americans for generations to come. The combination of improved benefits, more accurate cost of living adjustments, and sustainable funding means we can finally feel more confident about the program's future. And for those of you who qualify for the $800 payment, remember, time is of the essence. I'll be keeping a close eye on how these changes roll out and will update you with any new developments. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any important updates. Also, drop a comment below if you have questions. I try to respond to as many as I can, and your questions often help others who might be wondering the same thing.